I'm literally annoyed. People, like, I'm such a catch. Like, I'm funny, and I'm nice. And like, what are you missing? Honestly, what are you missing there?
Okay, this is so heinous, but I do feel the need to share it with the internet. I went on a date with a guy, and we were driving to the date destination, right? And we're sitting in the car, and as a girl, like, you know, when they're like looking at you for like a little while, like you kind of know, like they're like, you know, they're like looking at you, you know what I mean? And so you're kind of like sitting there like, oh my God, you're getting a little nervous, a little flushed. And as a girl, you're just like, what? Like, what are you looking at? Mind you, it's like golden hour. Like, it's gorgeous. The setup, like the view, you know, whatever, like it's totally set up, right? And I'm thinking, I'm like, this man's gonna say I'm pretty or like something, right? So I'm like, oh, like what? Like what? Tell me why this man goes, your mustache looks beautiful in this lighting.
In the arms of the If I say my butt look as big as the sun, why would you correct me and say it don't? Why are you trying to humble me? If I say my butt is fat, my butt is fat. It doesn't matter what the mirror says or what reality says. If I say my butt is fat, my butt is fat. So what are you trying to argue with me for?
If there's one thing that men have truly mastered, is the art of getting along. They'll meet each other from different countries, different tax brackets, and for some reason it's like this inside, like bros. How haven't we mastered this as girls, as women?
Who is teaching these men how to date? Who is educating them to think the way they do? I just saw this man's profile on Hinge, and I kid you not, this is what it said. He was looking for a long-term relationship. Cool. Underneath it, he felt obligated to put in some extra little text to clarify. We love this. However, this is what it said. I want to find my person, but will only have a long-term relationship if it's a good fit.
All y'all want to come in my comments talking about male-centered, decenter men. You know who I'm decentering? You bitches. I'm decentering you bitches that think that all women should think like you. I'm decentering you fake ass girls. I am decentering you because you're the problem. For my life and my experiences have always been the problem.
And this is no shade, maybe a little bit, but it really does throw me off when the baby mamas be like, I don't date men with kids. You are the man with kids. What are you talking about?
Corporate Betty. Another day in paradise.
I love when my hair is done. I love when my nails are done.
I love it here.
Being a girl is fun.
This is all I ever wanted out of life.
Yeah.
I got a question, and this might show my age a little bit, but is it still men out there that pay you not to go to work? You know, they be like, babe, I want you to take the day off and just give you some money for taking the day off of work, or that ain't a thing no more? Because, I mean, you know, I'm looking for one of them.
I'm really struggling because I have a date in 15 minutes and I can't tell if I like him or not. So I'm going to wear out the pros and cons. Pro is he always wants to go on dates. He always wants to hang out with me. And we get along great and hang out pretty late when we hang out. And the vibes are high. But cons, we're both bad texters, which is honestly a pro. Because if I was better, I'd probably get annoyed with this. But cons, he cannot plan anything like at all. Like he wants me to like, I think he just doesn't want to like disappoint me or something. I don't know. Another con, oh, he hasn't made like any moves. Like we kiss. I'm sorry, I just don't know what we're waiting for because we really hung out like a lot. It's kind of giving like but
a few moments later,
he laid it down. He laid down some great pipe, and this is some wine he got me, along with some chocolate and a little stress ball because I like to fidget, and some treats for my dog. I still am like 50-50. And he's like, I could tell that you weren't really like being very responsive over text. I'm like, yeah, I forgot what you looked like, babe. I forgot what you look like. But I'm still 50-50. But like, he's moving up there in the ranks. I'm just, maybe I'm the problem. No.
To my core, I have been a man hater, you know? Like, I'm always down on men. Like, you know, men come and they destroy your heart. And it's not even surprising. It's just like, oh, they're a man. You know what I mean? But this dude that I have been with for a little over a year now got me tearing up because of how happy he's making me. It's like I am betraying myself. But is that normal? Do healthy couples just cry because they're just so vulnerable? Like, I know the effect this dude could have on me, detrimental, career ruining, you know what I'm saying?
So it has been 6 months since my 12-year relationship and 1-year engagement ended in September. I've made so many videos talking about this and I just don't really know exactly what to say. It's been fucking hard. It's been rough. I've cried every day, but crying has varied. In the beginning I was crying like all fucking day, but now it'll just be certain moments. It kind of hits me, but I will go, you know, without crying, sure, but it's not like it's stopped. There's a part of me that still really misses him, still wishes he would come back, still feels like I'm kind of waiting for him to come back. But then it's hard because then I think like, what would it even look like if he did come back? Like, it wouldn't even really make fucking sense, and like, fuck him. So it's been a lot of processing. It's been a lot of trying to accept all the pieces of it and myself, like the pieces that miss him, the pieces that hate him, the pieces that really hurt, the pieces that are really mad, and just trying to figure out like where they all fit and like how. Essentially, everyone keeps telling me I'm doing so well, they're so proud of me, but I don't really feel that way about myself. I don't know why. I thought I'd be like, I don't know, so moved on by this point, but I thought I would be. I thought I'd be much further along than I am right now. And I think it's like the indefiniteness that it's really hard for me to deal with. Like, I could be fucked up over this for years. Like, no matter how much work I put in, like, I don't know, I don't really have control over that. And, you know, healing isn't linear and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I'm really trying to do all that I can to, I guess, like cope and distract myself essentially. But then there's still, you know, these feelings of rejection and like feeling like I didn't matter and I don't matter. Feeling like I'm just, you know, easily discarded, and, you know, how like I just can't fathom how he could do this and act this way towards me after all this time together. It just doesn't, I never considered or like thought that he wouldn't be there at some point. Like, it just, you know, we've been together so long that it was just like, he's gonna be here forever, and now he's not. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And like, it's definitely because I'm watching Grey's Anatomy and it's like so dramatic and so emotional, but sometimes I'm watching it and I'm like, I could be like dying in the hospital and he wouldn't even know, because he doesn't care to be in my life anymore. And like, that's like I don't know, like the world could be ending and we wouldn't be together. And it's just like, I don't know. It hurts because he's like still the person I'd want to be with in the end, you know? And it's like, you know, he knows where I work, he knows where I live, he knows my number, he knows my email, he knows where to find me. And every day he chooses to live a life that doesn't involve me at all. And, you know, people, my friends, everyone, you know, says things to like, you know, make me feel better. And it's like, you know, he's got his own issues, but at the end of the day, it's still, he chose to leave me. He decided he didn't want me anymore. And that's what it comes down to. And that's what hurts the most. And none of the logic behind it and none of, you know, the explanations make me feel any better. If anything, they make me feel worse. So I don't know. It's a lot of processing and reprocessing and, you know, just again, trying to figure out where all these pieces fit and how they fit and what to do with them and how to sit with them. And yeah, I wish I had a more inspiring message for those going through it, looking for some hope, but it's a lot. And, you know, honestly, I feel like a lot of the content and a lot of the advice I see on here is from people who weren't in relationships nearly as long as this one, so it just doesn't necessarily, kind of falls flat a little bit. So I'm gonna be, you know, honest. 6 months after breaking up with my, you know, fiance, my boyfriend of 12 years, I'm in a much better spot than I was initially, but I don't feel like I'm in a great spot still. I still feel very much like in limbo. I still very much feel like I'm like stuck between like that life and like what my life is going to be after that. Like, it just feels like time is passing around me, but like not really moving within me. I don't know how to describe it really. Like, it certainly doesn't feel like it's been 6 months, but it also feels like it's been forever. I don't know. I feel like the world is moving on around me, but I'm kind of just stuck in this rut, I guess. I initially replied in the comments to this person, but I just deleted it because moron. But I just want to comment on this because this type of shit is so annoying. I don't understand. It's mostly women who get so judgmental about other women who are in long-term relationships without a ring. A man will still leave you, even with a ring. A man will still leave you after a marriage. A man will still leave you, even if you have 20 kids. Thank God we didn't get married earlier, because I probably would be looking at a divorce right now, which is a lot more heartbreaking, a lot more messy, a lot more expensive. I was 19 when we started seeing each other. 2 years after that, a couple years after that, I'm 21. What business do two 21-year-olds who are financially unstable, uneducated, neither of us had degrees, living home, what business did we have trying to get married? And it's crazy to be so judgmental about this and not think that maybe the two people in the relationship may have discussed what they wanted and their intentions. People do what they need to do, what they want to do, when they want to do it, when it's right for them. I'm happy with our timeline. I'm happy that we had gotten engaged when we did. It was right. It made sense for both of us. We were living together. We both had stable jobs. I was done with school. We were in a good place in our lives where it made sense to do that. Where we had had time in the relationship to figure out and to know if it was going to work. If we wanted it to be long-term, to really commit. Obviously, things did change. Not on my part, but, well, maybe on my part a little bit. Well, I'm not going to get into it. But my business, it's not, who cares? Don't project to me. Don't project your insecurity. There was never a point where I was insecure about the relationship in regards to like us not being engaged or us not being married. That didn't mean anything to me. We were committed to each other for years, babe. These milestones and benchmarks and timelines, you can go ahead and follow that. And yeah, maybe now that I'm 32, if I'm dating a guy for 2 years and we don't know if we want to get married, it's a waste of time, right? Because we're both grown adults, we should know what we want now. But we were both in our 20s. A lot goes on in your 20s, a lot of change. There was a lot of chaos for both of us. I'm sorry you're hurt, but 12 years? What, because I was with someone for 12 years without a ring means I can't be hurt over it because I was stupid for like, shut the
What I'm beginning to see over and over again is that you really cannot win with modern women. You try to help them out, be on their side and say, hey man, you don't deserve this type of behavior, and they snap at you.
Why is every single man on my For You page taken?
Today, I want to complain about men on TikTok because how come let that man be a solid at least 5.5 and it don't matter what he posts, it don't matter, it can be 2 seconds long, at least 40 women in the comments publicly thirsting over this, huh? You got their engagement rates through the roof. Through the roof. For what? Enough. Ladies, it's enough. It's still Women's History Month or International Women's. Look, enough. Cut it out. Cut it out. It's embarrassing. They do not deserve all that.
This is for the people who go out in public with their butt out. We are talking about you. You are being talked about. I'm not talking about just no regular old short shorts. These shorts are intentionally made to show your butt cheeks. It's like a V-cut in the back, almost like you're wearing a swimsuit bottom, but shorts. Y'all know that scene in Friday when Craig's mama was walking to her car and she saw Miss Parker across the street watering her grass in them little bitty shorts? And she talking about, well, look at her. That be me. Whoever I'm with, I'm tapping on her. Look at her. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it that people actually wear that in public spaces with other people around, with kids around. I'm not saying that you stink, but the look is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, giving stank, nasty, unkept. So you like looking dirty? I don't like nothing about it.
Last summer, I worked on a ranch in the middle of nowhere in Montana for the summer. It was a little seasonal gig post-grad, saving up money to return to LA to follow my dreams. Obviously, I wasn't going there searching for the love of my life. I didn't know who else was going to be taking this sort of job. I was going to save up money. However, when the cute cowboy walked in the first week, was I like, I wouldn't be mad if he liked me. Yes, that thought did pop into my brain. However, he immediately went for one of my coworkers who quite literally could not be any more different than me. So I was like, okay, clearly I'm not his type. That's fine. However, she leaves within one week of this 5-month experience. She leaves. So again, the thought popped into my brain. Something could happen, you know? He's my age. He's single. I'm single. He's got nothing to do after work, just like me. Since we're on the top of a mountain in the middle of nowhere in Montana, like something could happen. We have 5 months here. A month goes by, he doesn't show a single ounce of interest. I'm like, you know, maybe it's a slow burn. Maybe it's a slow burn, right? A month and a half, still absolutely nothing. A little bit more time goes by. We're all hanging out together one night because we're in the middle of nowhere on the top of a mountain in Montana and there's nothing to do after work except for hang out with each other. We're all hanging out. This man stands up. He says, okay guys, bye. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go? Where are you going? Where are you going? We all ask him, where are you going? What do you mean? Goodbye. Work is over. You just ate dinner. You have absolutely nothing to go do. What do you mean? He says he's going on a date. Huh? What do you mean you're going on a date? A date? What do you mean you're going on a date? We are on the top of a mountain in the middle of nowhere in Montana. What do you mean you're going on a date? He says he's driving to town 2 hours, 6, 7 p.m. at night, 2 hours into town to go on a date with a girl he met on Bumble. This man is desperate enough to download a dating app to try to find potential suitors hours away before he even considers me. Desperate enough to drive hours away to go on a date with a girl he met on Bumble. But not desperate enough to get with me, to even try with me, to even consider me. Listen, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but was I his age? The only girl there, single his age? Yeah. Was I available? Yeah. Was I even kind of showing him that I might be yeah. I wasn't pursuing him, don't get me wrong. I wasn't pursuing him. But sometimes I really try to gaslight myself out of believing the things that I believe about myself because they're not things that maybe I want to believe about myself. But then things like this happen over and over and over again. And I can't blame my brain for believing that. Dear subconscious, I'm sorry for gaslighting you. I agree. My conscious mind, we agree. Because how else do you explain situations like what happened with this man in Montana that have happened to me over and over and over again? Either I'm just so disgusting when they do consider me for 1 second that they immediately, no, absolutely never. Or they just never, ever even consider me for a second. They just immediately discard me as a potential suitor. That's what I'm choosing to believe because I at least have some boundaries in my self-deprecation. I refuse to believe that I'm just like absolutely abhorrent, that they wouldn't. I choose to believe that they don't even think about it for 1 second. And I don't fully understand. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not even saying I'm super attractive. I'm not saying anything positive about myself other than that potentially, maybe in some world, possibly, I could be. And they don't even see that maybe potentially in some universe, potentially maybe, I could possibly be their romantic interest. Why? Why? Unfortunately, I am attracted to men and this does affect me. Why? Why?
Y'all, so I just had something really funny happen to me. I'm walking to my car and these group of girls, they're like, oh my god, you look so good, like you're so pretty, like yes, they're hyping me up or whatever. And then one of them asked her like, oh, how old are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm 25. They go, oh my gosh, you look so good. You look so good. I would have never thought that you're 25. Babe, I graduated in 2017. That's not that long ago. Like, if you really think about it, it's not that long ago. Put me in the retirement home right now. Like, I understand why some people don't disclose how old they are, because that reaction was so unnecessary. Stop telling people that. When they tell you how old they are, don't tell them, oh, you look so good for your age. Stop it. Especially if we're not really that far apart in age. Like, what?
That's my first time experiencing that. I've never experienced that before. I've heard about like people in like their mid-20s being told, you look so good for your age. You don't look 25. What is a 25-year-old supposed to look like? I feel like I look my age. I feel like I look like a 25-year-old. Not older, not younger. And it's okay to not look your age. Like, it's okay too. That's okay too. But like, come on now.
This man is literally so unserious. I had to go to the urgent care today because I felt like I got sand in my eye from the beach yesterday. So I call him and let him know I'm going to urgent care, whatever like that. So then I'm like explaining to him the feeling, and he's like, oh, well, what eye is it? Blah, blah, blah. And I tell him it's my right eye. He's like, is that your lazy eye? Sir, can you be serious for one moment in your life? Like, now's not the time.
One thing about me is that I am not afraid to go up to a man. Like, what are they gonna do? Tell me no? Like, that's the worst thing they can do. I honestly am not afraid of it at all. If I think a man is cute, I'm going up to him. I don't care. Or I will find a way to go up to him, unless he looks like super unavailable, like, then I will stay clear. Or if he has a ring, or if he just gives like I have a girlfriend energy. But if he looks like he's single and I'm like, oh, he's cute, and I know that they're not gonna come up to me, I will go up to them. I do not care. They're just men. They're just boys at the end of the day. Disgusting.
Because a lot of men are married to women that are not their wife.
Wow.
They go in my comments. Look, but I'm married, but you're not a wife. You can stand in the garage all day long. It won't make you a car.
Boom.
You're not a wife. You have a loveless, fruitless marriage because you're not a wife. But I don't even blame her. I blame him because he is the one that dropped on one knee, right?
My ex has blocked me on absolutely everything, but today I was smart enough to change my number. I'm gonna write him a note. Sorry, I hit your car. I will pay for damages. Call me. That's one way to get to call me.
Things that are the bare minimum for guys to do. If you live in another state, buy my flight. Otherwise, I'm not seeing you. I'm not desperate enough to go see what's in your non-existent pants. Like, and also, like, why would I do that? Also, like, shouldn't you want to see me more? Like, shouldn't you want to pay for it? Buying flowers is also the bare minimum. Like, if you like me, you should be doing that in the first place. These new Tower 28 blushes are literally so good. This one's in Samo Spritzer. Another one is opening the car door. If someone doesn't do that for me, I literally will just stand there and wait for you to open it and start coughing. And then just building off of that, planning the date and paying for it. If you're not doing that, I promise you, you're getting nothing. Expecting to see me and not buying me dinner or drinks is crazy. And then if they go hook up with someone else, even though you said no, it's better her than you. At least you're not getting used. And if you're not gonna like do that stuff for me, just hit the road. You're a waste of time.
I think it's about time we stop talking about men manipulating women as if some of these women are not the final boss of manipulation, gaslighting, and narcissistic behavior. Like, for real, some of this trifling. Talking about men gaslighting, baby. You ever caught a woman cheating? You ever tried to confront a woman about cheating? Baby, it is everybody's fault but her. Soon as she get caught, it's, well, I cheated because you made me feel like this, or you stopped doing this, or you've been neglecting this relationship. But as soon as a man say, well, I cheated because you were me in like 3 months, now all of a sudden he's gaslighting you. And don't get me wrong, both are wrong. But ladies, it's about time to stop pretending like y'all don't be doing the same type. I just seen a video the other day of this girl saying that she pretended to be pregnant so that she could reach out to the 4 guys that she had been sleeping with at the time and get the $500 she needed from all 4 of them, and bragged about pocketing the $2,000 that she got. And the amount of support that she was getting from other women in the comments is insane. And y'all got the audacity to talk about a man's trifling ways. Don't get me wrong, I'm not excusing men. They be doing too. But women like to pretend that they innocent. And a lot of y'all are not.
As much as I love the idea of a provider man that pays all the bills and all of that, the idea of it, and I don't think I like the actuality, y'all, there has to be a balance. There has to be something in between. There's got to be. In this economy, in this job market, there's got to be something in between. If he doesn't pay every single bill that you have and support your entire lifestyle, that he hates you, and, you know, your man should want to contribute financially and make your life easier in feasible, reasonable ways. There has to be a middle ground somewhere. And I think that with the internet dating advice, Everything is so black and white. If he doesn't profess his love for you 15 times a day, he hates you. If he doesn't make you his girlfriend within 2 months, he hates you. If he's not paying every single bill and floating your lifestyle, he hates you. Y'all, that can't be it. That can't be it. It's nothing wrong with wanting a man to provide, and if you find a man that actually loves you and is able to provide for all of you, then please follow that man. But I just watched a video. This is like an older video. This girl saying if you're in a 50-50 relationship, if you're living with a man and he's not paying every single bill, you're living with your roommate. I know all that sounds good on the surface, but I am begging us to think about things a little bit deeper than that. She was saying you're not qualified to give any advice because you don't have a man, you have a roommate. Are y'all being serious? Like, are y'all critically thinking, or are we just saying what we've heard other people say on the internet? And again, it's nothing wrong with wanting men to pay all the bills. If he's able to do it, please let him do it. Go ahead and do your thing, King. I'd love to see it. But that can't be the measure by which we like measure how a man loves you. That can't be it. That can't be the whole thing. And it can't be that anyone who's not in that situation isn't qualified to give advice. Everybody doesn't want that. Everybody doesn't want to be completely infantilized and have someone have complete financial control over them in a romantic relationship between two consenting adults. Everybody doesn't want that. Y'all have got to think a little bit harder about things that you see and say, and not just go with whatever you see on the internet. That can't be the end all be all.
And once again, this is what we see from modern women over and over again. They say they don't mind being single, they love it, but then, oh wait, the realities of life smack them in the face, and now they're coming back and changing their tune. Oh, I want to be 50-50 now. Of course you do.
Absolutely, 100% tea, 100% shade. That created women's rights, women equality, women's rights to work, women's rights to pay bills. You got me working day and night like dog, bro. I'd rather just be a stay-at-home wife, get my little $2 for being home, cooking and cleaning and paying and watching the kids and doing laundry. I gotta do all anyways, minus kids. I gotta cook, I gotta clean, I gotta do laundry, and then I gotta work. And then I gotta pay my own and then I have to pay my own bills. I hate it here. Like, I hate it.
Next time you're trying to get a guy and you're like, I don't know what to say, like, I don't know what my opener should be. Compliment his shoes, even if they're the worst shoes you've ever seen, because I promise you, I tried that this weekend. I did not like this guy's shoes. They were not nice. There was nothing about the shoes that I could have liked any more or less. But I was like, oh, I like your shoes. Bro, he was swinging his feet. He was like, I got these whenever I got these from like a long time ago, and like they're like my favorite shoes. And like, well, my homie has the same pair, and I had this man double cheek beat red. And he was like, for real? Guys don't get complimented on their shoes. Girls don't care about what shoes you're wearing. Sure, I'm looking at your shoe size, but I don't care what shoes you're wearing. But it's like a compliment that they're just like, yeah, no, thank you so much. Like, no, these are my favorites. I've been wearing these since 7th grade. Yeah, I can tell. No, I love them. They're so good. I love them. It's awesome.
You know, for the life of me, I really just can't imagine why a man would want to stay single.
I listen to dating coaches all the time, and they're always telling me stuff like stop having expectations when you're dating and stop focusing on the outcome. I'm an intentional dater, and that is easier said than done. It's like when you're working out to get healthy, right? Just work out every day. It's an intentional practice. You have to wake up every day and saying, I'm gonna be intentional about going to the gym today. Same thing when it comes to intentional dating. I have to go on this date having an expectation that there is no expectations, having an outcome that there is no outcome, right? Yes, there's standards. Yes, there's something about choosing to move forward with this connection or not. But the reality is some women, me included, of a certain age who desire children, we have a runway. So maintaining this intentionality of not having an expectation and not being tied to outcome is extremely difficult. So give yourself some grace. I mean, I have to constantly remind myself that I am making progress forward, even though I'm not having a specific outcome and there is no expectation going into it.
The type of girlfriend that like will try to make things right, as in like, I'm gonna get up and we're gonna talk this out. You're not gonna ignore me. We're gonna talk this out. We're gonna be healthy, and we're just gonna come to an understanding. One thing you're not gonna do is ignore me. We don't do that over here.
Somebody left her a comment and said, by the way you're talking, I know you started the argument and it's your fault. And she responded and said, yeah, it was my fault. Exactly. Modern women always want to force you, trap you in a corner. Oh, we're going to talk about this. I'm not giving up on us. But when a man should say, hey, I want to talk about this, don't leave. All of a sudden you're trapping her. All of a sudden, oh, he put me in a situation where I felt unsafe. I can't trust trust men. Interesting.
So I just had an epiphany, and now it makes so much sense. This is for my ladies. This is for my men too, but this is for my ladies. Men have trophies. I'm talking about men. Real men. Men have trophies. Football trophies, bowling trophies, tennis, track, athletic trophies, awards, plaques. Men take care of their trophies, okay? They have trophy cases. They polish their trophies. It's a thing. They probably keep their trophies like a badge of honor. You know, I ran for 200 yards. I was a leading scorer. I was the best person on the bowling alley. I was the number one IT guy. Men take care of their trophies. They polish their trophies. Your significant other, as a man, your significant other, your wife, your girlfriend, your bae, that's your trophy. That's your trophy. Women, if you're with him, you're his trophy. So just like he polishes his trophies, he needs to polish you, you know? And this isn't about let your guard down and you make him do everything for you. You should definitely keep yourself up. But if you're laying with a man, baby, he should be making sure you're on point. Hair is on point. Face is on point. Confidence is on point. Business decorum is on point. Credit is on point. The bag is on point. Men, make sure the trophies are on point. Why is a man dating you and he not making sure you good? What kind of man lays up next to a woman and doesn't take care of that woman? That's not a man. You're laying with another woman, honey. Y'all moms who go get your nails done together and go get tampons. A man is going to take care of his woman, and you don't have to say anything. These days, you just look. You ain't got to say nothing. You study their actions. A real man, make sure home is kept for it. His girl is good, because happy wife, happy life. And that is the saying. Any man that's going to argue and say, well, what about me? No. Once he takes care of you and he's making sure you're happy and taking care of your polished and living in your truth and life is good and life is fun and y'all know you're adding to him, he's adding to you. You in turn as a woman are going to make his life so much easier because he's already making and providing for you. It's a give and take, a give and give thing. He makes sure you're happy, he provides, he polishes, you nurture, you clean, you keep him going. Men polish their trophies. Don't you lay up next to no man and he not making sure you're on point. You can't ask that man to get you some money for your hair. He can't get you an outfit. Not an outfit. He can't pay for your LLC. He not buying groceries. What are you doing? Get away from him before he bring your ass down. Don't be so stupid.
You said all that, went on that entire rant, just for a man to sit up and say, now, tell me, what do you bring to the table?
Like, self-hatred, it's so real because I literally hate my body so much right now. I know I'm not fat. I know I'm not, like, overweight by any means, but I think it's just the more that I'm, like, staying on the internet, the more that I see, like, all these gorgeous women with, like, super, like, flat, snatched waist. And obviously I don't have that right now because of the fact that I'm on medication, but I know that, like, in order to achieve that, I need to be off medication because the biggest problem right now is that it's not that I'm lazy, it's just that, like, my metabolism is, like, extremely slow because I'm on medication. And yeah, I know for most men this is not fat or anything, but I think just, I don't know, TikTok is toxic, social media is toxic. It makes me feel very ugly and very fat even though I'm not fat. And as a matter of fact, like, I'm actually, like, looking pretty skinny for becoming a firefighter, but it's okay. Okay, I'm much rather to be looking snatched. Okay, they're looking like this right now because I hate my body. I hate my body right now.
Yep. This is what men be telling women over and over again. Society has got y'all thinking a certain way about yourselves, and you second guessing. Oh, I don't look like this woman. I don't look like that woman. I gotta have makeup like this. I gotta do my body like this. I gotta form and fit and fashion myself like this. And y'all be stuck knowing that a man don't got no problem with it. How can you verify? Because men are in the comments saying, no, you look great. But modern women will tear you down, degrade you until you feel less than about yourself.
No shit, can y'all females, like, please stop mean mugging? Like, I don't get how y'all think this cute. Like, I was finna go up to this girl today and tell her that her hair looked cute, and then she turned around and looked at me and was like,
Like, nah, I'm finna drag you by your shit. I'm finna shave your head clean bald. Because why are you looking at me like that? Like, and I'm really finna put a name on it. Like, I'm not trying to bring race or color into it or nothing, but it really be the black females. And I just don't get it. Cause like, when I see another black female, I immediately want to give her a compliment. I immediately want to smile, you know, just be happy that I'm seeing my kind happy and thriving and alive. And then here they go with this just nasty ass meme mug. And then it also blows me when they be like, oh, this is just my face. I'm not meme mugging. This is just how I look. Like, no, baby. Like, I don't give if that's how you look. Fix it when you looking at me. Because, like, you could tell when somebody genuinely has, like, a face and when somebody's trying to put on that, like, mean girl ass mug, like, and they don't even be looking cute while doing it. Like, y'all be walking around, like, looking confused and disgusted. Like, come on.
I pretty much made the executive decision to not date in this generation when I opened a dating app and a guy said, take me thrifting and tell me jokes. Okay, princess. What do you need, a tampon too? Baby girl? Like, men used to build a Great Wall of China and then go home to their wives and cook them a meal, probably. And you want me to take you thrifting and tell you, like, no, I'm sorry. And it's crazy because I literally changed, like, the age range to men in their 30s. I'm 22 years old and you're probably like, girl, what the, yeah, but all of my exes are in their later 20s. So I was like, okay, if that's not working, like, let's bump it up. Still, take me thrifting and tell you jokes and you're one, we're not doing this. I'm obviously, like, somewhat kidding because I love thrifting and I love being funny, but, like, can we start off with a, like, can I take you to dinner? Like, you know, like the chivalrous men that used to exist, not like the tell a woman to take you thrifting and tell you jokes. I don't know, it's just giving, like, okay, princess.
You know, it's funny because being shamed for trying to establish common ground is really a crazy concept. Imagine saying, hey, women usually like thrifting, so do I. Women say they're funny, say a joke, make me laugh. I want to sit here and I want to have a good time with you. And then being shamed for it and saying that you're sassy. That's an amazing concept. Amazingly stupid.
I want to normalize just saying that we're not compatible. Like, not having the same friendship values sounds a lot better than me saying that bitch was weird. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people aren't necessarily weird. People and humans complex, and we get that. But everybody ain't weird just because they didn't agree with your vibes. A lot of people are just not compatible, and they just need to split ties off that. But if you keep splitting ties and you keep breaking up with people and you keep, you know, cutting friends off because they was weird, you're not even taking any type of accountability for your part in that. I just want to say that we just wasn't compatible. That's all I want to say. And that squashes the petty shit. That squashes, like, feeling like you gotta tell your business to people. When motherfuckers ask why you and such not together no more, you're not saying, oh, because they had a weird fetish. Oh, because they wanted, you know, they wanted me to be a house. No, you don't even gotta push your business out there. All you're saying is, we just wasn't compatible. We realized down the line that the things that he needed wasn't the things I wanted to do. And so we had to just cut. Not being compatible is a mutual decision. And it stops the, I want to normalize stopping the mess of it. Because when you're not compatible with somebody, that also takes off that you need to go back and try that shit again. Understand? You not being compatible with them, and it really puts that accountability back on you. Because if you do go back, right, you are accepting this person as they are. It's not that they were weird, they stopped being weird, and now y'all can get back together. No. Y'all being incompatible means that you now know who they are and how they move. And if you go back, you have now accepted that. And you got to sit with that. But when you say motherfuckers weird, when you say they got a weird thing going on, that means that they stopped the weirdness? No. That says you with the weirdness. You okay with the weirdness. You know what I'm saying? Us not being compatible as friends, as lovers, and us just amicably cutting that shit off. I like that. That's some mature shit. And motherfuckers don't want mature. They want the plot. People do not want maturity. They want the plot. That's another video. But I wanted to say we're not compatible. Going forward, we're not compatible. We do not have the same friendship values. Ooh, I like that. I like it. You know, we do not have the same relationship values. We do not have the same validity check points as one another. Require for a man to do to let me know that he is here to stay and is ready to work on us together, and the things that he will require me to do, the test is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. That's not the way that I want to go about it. And mine wasn't the way that he wanted to go about it. And so we just decided we're just not compatible. That's a dap you up. I wish you the best, right? Go about your business. That's what that is. That grown ass shit. Y'all ready to be grown? Are y'all ready to be grown?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Call me crazy, but once I sleep with you, once we sleep together, and I'm not even talking hunching, I'm talking once I go completely unconscious next to you, you wake up the next morning still in my bed next to me, guess what that means? Guess that we're married. we happily married. Stupid. We got married last night in my dreams. Last night when we were sleeping last night in the bed last night. You know, last night? Yeah, after that, after last night, we were married. We are married. We got married. So we're married. I'm married. I'm married.
I need to know what goes on in men's brains because we needed soy sauce and my husband was like, oh, let me order some. What is this? We are 2 people. This is a gallon of soy sauce. What are we?
I honestly think the phrase that you were looking for was, thank you.
Who needs a house when you have a... Say it the way you said it. Oh, you're so lame.
Snooze, you lose.
I'm always snoozing, but I'm never losing.
A few moments later.
This guy on my TikTok commented and said, guys, study this video and then pick a less expensive woman. And I was like, sir, I boxes and I get drunk off of 1 drink. This is not what you think it is. Just don't tell him about all the other stuff. Because I like boxes, but I also like nice stuff. But usually I provide that for myself. So I am allowed to be high maintenance if I'm the one maintaining it.
Well, modern women continue to say whatever they're going to say, present themselves in a certain light, and then got to get back on this app and explain themselves. And y'all wonder why men be staying single. Y'all wonder why y'all be missing out on good men. Because y'all present yourself in the wrong light and men be passing y'all straight up.